He's a dude with the glasses and a lady on his arm. He's eloquent, he's sassy too, he's filled with smart thoughts. He's friends with Mr. Rancho. Hey, Mr. Rancho Fox. He's got a heart of gold, lots of pennies for his thoughts. And he's never short with a smile, and the girls like him a lot. He's a man with the infectious casual, a man with the mic. He's one of a kind, he's ready to be it. He's the father of the webcam, the godfather of Big L. Yo, yo, Mr. Electro. Yo, yo, Mr. E.
What's up, guys? Well, how y'all doing? As you can see, I got Gervonta Duck Davis up on the camera right now. He's busy training. He's getting ready for his next fight. We don't know who he's who he's fighting next, but it should be a good fight. He's really training hard. Just saying. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. By the way, I will be starting that merch. I am going to start merch. By the way, and it's going to be. I'm not saying. I'm just saying on t-shirts. Just saying. What's up, Brian Harkin in the room? How you doing, my brother? Yeah, man, I want to talk about this weekend's events, but I unfortunately only got to see one fight. On Friday, I got to see parts of a fight, and I couldn't even get to see the whole thing. I've been having trouble with my stream, but out of all weekends fight roster, all I got to see was the Wood Colin fight, and that was it. But I do want to talk about the other fights because we could always go over highlights and stuff like that. And I don't give a fuck if I get in trouble. I will claim that we'll use these videos for educational purposes because that's what it's for. Anyway, so we can go over highlights if anyone's interested in that. But I really do want to talk about this Wood Colin fight because holy smokes, that was something to discuss. This weekend's, you closed out this weekend big. These guys aren't top tier fighters, but they gave a top tier fight, in my honest opinion. If anyone differs from that opinion, please let me know. But even though I don't think these two fighters were top tier fighters, that was a top tier fight. That was a pay per view fight. I would pay to see a fight like that any day of the week, and twice on Sunday. Just saying. Oh, you said, really, Carl? Really? You had to go there, huh? Carl, come on. I got snuffed by a chancla. That's not fucking fair, all right? You can't be bringing up the past like that. Just saying, man. Yeah, no, he did land on his head. I don't know. Someone tried to catch him. I don't recall if it was a family member or what. They tried to catch him, but he did land on his head. Let me see. He took 3 jabs. He took 3 small jabs and then a fucking stiff. Someone says it was a right hook. I don't think it was a hook. I thought it was a short straight right. That's what it looked like from behind. And he caught him right in the jaw, and it put him to sleep. He was out before he went through the ropes. Just saying. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. That's what it looked like to me. But I am gonna say this. I'm glad that he's okay because we were worried. They took him out in a stretcher with oxygen on and everything like that. And it's never good when you see something like that. You never want to see anything like that. And then that goes to remind us these guys put their lives on the line for our entertainment. Well, no, let me strike that. Not for our entertainment because they get paid for doing it and they always got dreams of being, you don't go into boxing dreams to be a C-class fighter. You want to be the champ. So that being said, they're all going in there knowing what the risks are, but still I don't want to see anyone get hurt. It's the humane side of me that doesn't want to see the people getting hurt. Then you got the animalistic side that wants to see a fucking slobber knocker and watch 2 people beat the absolute crap out of each other. But I don't want no one hurt. So how does that work? We all want that. We want a slobber knocker. We want a fucking kick-ass fight, but then we don't want no one to get hurt. It sounds like an oxymoron to me, but it is what it is. That's how I feel. I want to see 2 motherfuckers get in the goddamn ring and beat the shit out of each other and then everything be okay at the end of the day. That's just how I feel, I don't mind boxers leaving with cut eyes and fucking and black eyes and bloody nose or broken nose. That don't mind. Just as long as he's breathing and he doesn't have no permanent damage, I'm good. Yeah, he gets to go home, to his family and shit like that. That's all that matters. But I must say though, I've been really like arguing with myself about this. I don't know how you guys feel, man. I'll open. I'll put the link up there in a minute. I want to get some stuff off. This fight from the beginning, it was a good fight, but there were downtimes in certain rounds. I thought the fight was good. I didn't think overall that the fight was worthy of fight of the year. Some people are arguing with me about that. I've been on other panels where they tell me that, this fight of the year. And I said, no, man, far from it. That's a good possible knockout of the year. That's definitely round of the year. It's a contender for round, but fight of the year, I don't know. I don't know. It's definitely a fight that I would pay to see. let me see what's saying. Is oh, okay. My money is on K. Really, Brian? Joshua says, let's see. Well, at least he didn't land in Jim Lampy's lap. Like I see Ryan. That's fucked up, dude. Let's see what's saying. I'm more of a tactical match kind of guy. Are you? All right. And then Iceman says, almost seen my neighbor by my shop get shot. Oh, well, I'm glad that I wasn't nowhere in it because if I was there, I probably would have got shot. Bivol versus Canelo would get that nod. I think so. I do think the Bivol Canelo fight is going to be that has potential to be fight of the year. That is going to. I have the sneaking suspicion that is what a slobber knocker is going to be. But you know, we'll know when the fight comes up. I do have Canelo losing though, not by much. It's by decision, but I do have Canelo losing. Salute to OD5. What's up, brother? How you doing? Salute to everybody in the chat. Really, thank you for stopping by. This is Aftermath. If you don't know that, I do it every Sunday after the weekend's fights. So we talk about the weekend's events. I'll be opening channels in a second. I just want to get a couple of things off my chest. Now, maybe you guys can get with me on this and understand why I don't put this fight as fight of the year. It could be a candidate, but right now, the top tier candidate for fight of the year is Martinez Ancajas, because that was by far from the bell in the first round to the bell in the closing round. That was nothing but tooth and nail fighting. Both these gentlemen went at it full bore, unmitigated. They were trying to knock each other's block off. And even though somebody told me that Martinez, the reason why they didn't have that fight as fight of the year is because Martinez uh, uh, showed dominance in the fight. I said, I didn't see that. I saw two fighters in there trying to knock the fuck out of each other, and that's the type of fight I want. You duck on steroids. Your duck is on steroids. Okay. Yes, he is. If you didn't know my duck's name, all right, this is Javante Duck Davis. That's my duck. That's Javante Duck Davis. Just saying, that's his name. What weight class was that fight? That was super flyweight. The Ancajas Martinez fight. That was super flyweight. Another fight that I thought was good. I don't know if it's a fight of the year candidate, but Pedraza Ramirez was a good fucking fight. Those two tried to really hurt each other a lot. I thought I was very satisfied with not only the outcome, but I was entertained by the fight in general. Laura Sanchez, that definitely has round of the year in my opinion, and definitely I think knockout of the year in my opinion. It has its contention for round of the year and knockout of the year in my honest opinion. The Gonzalez Martinez fight wasn't bad, but I didn't get to see the Holmes Brown fight. Anybody see that fight this weekend? I'm looking forward to Charlo Castaño. I'm looking forward to that fight. Yeah, Joshua, you should check out some of the fights. I never paid attention to them either, and until someone introduced me to a couple of fights from those lighter weights, and god damn, those are some fucking exciting fights. Does anybody know how that Holmes Brown fight went? I know that Holmes won, and it was I guess it was a unanimous decision, but I don't know how the fight went. Anyway, moving forward, let's see, but and I don't know how I don't know what the Burke Leach fight looked like either, because I thought Burke had a chance. I didn't have him winning, but it did go to decision. I just don't know how the fight was. I didn't see the Vasquez Cully one, but the only fight I really got to see was the Wood Conlon fight, and that from round 1 to round 12 was a good fight. But I don't got it as fight of the year. I'm gonna now put the link into the chat. Whoever wants to come up and join me and talk, that's fine. If you don't want to come up and join me, that's fine too. Then I just, like I said, the aftermath is just for you guys. If you guys want to come up here and discuss it, that's fine. If you don't, I'll shut it down after about 10 minutes of me yapping away. But I just wanted to lay down, what I felt about this weekend's boxing event. Thus, it's called aftermath. But anyone that wants to come up is more than welcome to come up and join me. And I also want to let you guys know. Oh, we got somebody up there. Carl, what's up, Carl? Man, how you doing, man? Carl, can you hear me? Is your mic working?
Can you
Carl?
hear me, AJ?
Ah, there you go. I hear you now.
I can't hear shit. I'm gonna come out and come back in, bro.
All right, go ahead. Come on. That was Carl. Carl will be back in just a second. He wants to fix his shit up, which is okay with me. But one thing I did want to talk to you guys about is, let me turn this one off. I do want to talk about this. All right, if you see up there, it says if you like to support the channel, then donate Cash App. That still applies, but here's the thing: I already paid for the StreamYard, the extra features and stuff. I got my VPN, all good, and that's thanks to you guys. What I do want to say though is, you guys have been so supportive in me with my diet and losing weight and stuff like that. I want to say I appreciate all the kind words and all the support I've been getting. So what I'm going to do is I'm thinking about investing in some exercise equipment. I don't know if I should get a punching bag or if I should get one of those static bikes or should I get a treadmill? I don't know. What I want to do is I want to propose the question to you guys, because you guys had so much to say. And if you guys do have a lot to say about it, let me know what you think would be the best thing for me to do. Would it be the punching bag? Would it be the treadmill, or would it be the static cycle? What would be the best thing to use? And if I use it, if I get this piece of equipment, I will be using it on cam. So I'd have to do like a stream on cam with like the boxing thing that I'm doing now with you. I'd have to do it on cam, but you guys would have to see. I don't know how much you want to do this. See my fat ass back here with a fucking bike. I don't know how much you want to watch that. Just saying. You might want to have a laugh or what, but I don't know. You guys, that's up to you guys. But the thing is, I'm going to be very truthful with you. The truth is, I'm living on Social Security in this house, and all the bills are paid by me. So right now, I can't afford it. So if you guys want to help out, that's where I want to put the money to, and I won't touch the money until there's enough to buy what we all choose. And I'm going to take your guys' advice. You guys have been helping with me and my weight and been monitored. I had a couple of you guys bust me with a soda in my hand and fucking call me out. I didn't think you guys would pay attention, and some of y'all pay attention to what I'm doing. So somebody caught me with a soda in my hand and fucking called me out and said, throw that shit. I had to throw it away. What's up, Carlos Mendoza in the house? How you doing, brother? All right, here we go. Let's see if he got his. Let's see if he got everything working. Did you get it working?
Sorry about that, mate. I've just had some technical difficulties on my end.
Oh, that's all right. Well, it seems like you fixed it. I can hear you fine.
Yeah. No, I couldn't hear you. I don't know what was going on. I could see my avatar was like the sound was coming, but yeah. Hey, man, I just want to say that Wooden Conlon fight, that was fire, bro.
It was a good fight. Do you think it's fight of the year?
Nah, I don't. I think it could be comeback of the year, bro, because I tell you what, Conlon landed some wild left hooks and some overhands on that chin of his, mate, and he just kept coming forward. He just kept coming forward.
You know what?
And
I'm going to give you that one for sure. That's definitely comeback of the year so far.
Yeah, man, and to do that in the 12th round, like talking on other channels, like everyone was calling it a draw up to that round, you know, like.
Yeah, I actually had it because the round 11 knockdown, I had
Knockout.
I had it even. I had it even.
So man, it's got to be a contender. It's got to be a contender. I'll tell you what, there's going to have to be some pure fire to knock that one off. But mate, I think it was a great fight, and there was some dull rounds. You're right. There was some rounds that were pretty mediocre. That they were just sort of, I don't know whether they were gassed or what, but man, it was. I liked it. I think it was.
Yeah, exactly. See, I'm glad that you said that, right? Because too many people, because they forget about the dull rounds. Too many people forget about that and only think about the exciting rounds, the rounds that had the knockdown in it, or the rounds that had the big. They forget about those rounds where they both were fucking on the low. And this is why for me, fight of the year, every round they are going at it. That's how come I still top contender for me is the Ancajas Martinez fight, because those guys tried to kill each other for 12 fucking rounds.
That's right. Yeah, that round there was a bit of a lull in between, and it was like the calm before the storm.
Joshua says A&W root beer will be the death of me if the gin doesn't get me first. So let me tell the chat. So guys, look, I know you hear a lot of channels asking for this and asking for that. Well, I'm not asking for shit. I'm just letting you know that I can't afford it. If you guys want to see me do this shit, and y'all want to help me get it, that's fine, and I'll do it. And it's like you get to see me do it. But I can't afford it myself, and I'm just being honest. Social Security, I can't do it, and I don't make no money doing this. All right, I make $0. I do this because of the fun of it. It's fun to do these weekend events. It's fun to do these lives and talk with y'all. But the honest truth is, I want to lose the weight, and I really do, and I'm doing it the way I know how to do it, just doing a diet and doing some exercise. But if you guys want to push it to that next level, if you guys want to push it that next level, then you have an option of doing this. But I don't know what's the best way to go. Is it go with the bike, go with the treadmill, or go with the punching bag? I kind of looking forward to the punching bag personally. What's up, Mad Chad? That's Bruce Ghost. I didn't mean to call you Mad Chad, Bruce. But what's up, Bruce Ghost? Anyway, so that's where we at. And if y'all are interested, then that's right there is where you can go if you want to donate. But I want to first know what would be the best route to go. Again, the choices are treadmill, punching bag, or the static cycle. So
you know what my choice would be, EJ?
What choice would that? What would your choice be?
I'd have a treadmill because I don't want people to see my fat ass running in the street.
No, yeah. If it's a treadmill, it's one of those ones that come in the house here. But the thing is, I promised these guys that if I did the workout, I'd have to do a workout on cam at least once a week.
Only if you wear spandex.
No, Carl, no spandex, okay? No, fuck no.
Listen, EJ,
what the hell is wrong with you?
I'm not tuning in unless you've got like a Lance Armstrong Tour de France, like it is Lycra. Unless you've got Lance Armstrong's Get Up, right? I'm not watching it. Because to me,
no man, I can't do this spandex.
Yeah, no, you'd look hot, EJ.
Yeah, I'd be hot in spandex. Not look hot, I'd be hot in spandex.
Hey, how'd you go with your wife, bro? You all good?
Oh no, we're all good. She took it like a trooper. She gave it like a trooper too, man. She hit me in the head with that chancla real hard.
Man, you're down. You're out. You're gone. That was the other fight. I seen 2 fights on the weekend. I seen Wood and Conlon. I seen EJ and his wife.
Yeah. She definitely.
I gotta say, it wasn't much of a fronting from you, bro.
Yeah, she got her arm, man. She got her arm. She could throw that fucking chancla real good, man. And she got me from the doorway. That's the thing. She hit me in the back of my head from the doorway.
Oh man, we were in stitches laughing.
Oh, look at this. Bruce Go says all three. Bruce, I'd be dead. If I had to do a stream once a week on each one of those things, I'd be dead. That's working out 3 times a week. Just on cam. I'd be dead. Bruce trying to kill a motherfucker.
I still think we got to get you in the Lycra, bro.
Look, you listen to this guy trying to get me in Lycra. No.
EJ, it's what the fans want to see, bro.
No, the fans don't want to see no shit like that. They want us. They you know what the fans want to see? They want to see hot yoga. That's what they want to see. They love hot yoga. They don't want to. They don't want hot toga because that's all I'd be able to give them is a fat man toga party, and that's it. You guys rather see hot yoga instead of hot toga, right?
As soon as little fat hairy guys coming back into fashion, when women start wanting little fat hairy guys, I'm starting the OnlyFans page.
Oh, there you go. That's the ticket right there.
Yep.
That's the ticket right there. I'll call mine when fat guys score. See, that's right.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's good. Look, man, I just wanted to get on here and just say I love your channel, man. I'll keep supporting you. And yeah, wish there were more fights to talk about, bro. But unfortunately, we're a bit starved for it this weekend.
Yeah, this weekend was kind of light, and on top of that, my stream wasn't working. I couldn't catch any fights except for the last fight. Yeah. And it ended so early in the day. Like everybody that I hang out with, including you guys, were saying, "Damn, that's it. There's no more fights for today." Usually, there's like 6 or 7 more fights from that time on. It's like, God damn.
Yeah. I didn't even see the undercard or nothing. I just streamed that fight because my DAZN app. It wasn't on my DAZN app. I don't know why. I mean, I'm in Australia, but we had all the lead up to that fight. But yeah, the Wood Conlon, I had to stream. I couldn't get it.
Yeah, I couldn't get any of the streams to work, man. I was lucky that the main event worked, but I couldn't get any streams over the weekend to work. And I was complaining about it. Actually, other people said that they were running into the same problem. They were getting a TV show. They were getting some sort of fucking show, the same show I was getting instead of the fight. So it's like, what?
Yeah, I saw one stream was like it kept jumping over to Ukraine, like live footage from Ukraine. I thought, hell, this is weird. This is what I signed up for. Yeah, exactly. It was crazy. I think it was a segue, sort of show a little bit of the fight, and then it was strange. But anyway, brother, I just wanted to get on here and show some love.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you for spreading the love and hanging out with me. I appreciate that very much, Carl. And you're always welcome up here. You're always welcome up here, man.
You have a good day.
You too, brother. You too.
See you, man.
Cheers. Oh man, salute to Carl Hansen coming up here and hanging out. Appreciate that, brother. We got Bruce Goes in the house, Iceman's in the house, Brian Harkin is in the house. I want to salute to you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. But like I said, if you want to get up here and talk about it, talk about the weekend's boxing events, and mind you, I missed a lot of it. All I know about is the main event which was Conlon, God man, and the Wood fight. That's the only fight I got to see in full. And I've said this before. I don't think it's fight of the year. I do think, like Carl said, I do believe that could be comeback of the year. It could have that last round knockout. That's contention for knockout of the year. But for me, right now, the only one in contention for fight of the year is Ancajas Martinez. And until you give me a fight better than that, yeah, that's the only one that's up there right now for fight of the year. We got a couple of prospects for round of the year, and that Laura fight definitely was round of the year. Conlon, sorry, Haplo, my bad. Conlon. I screw names up all the time, you know that. But let me take this down. I just wanted you to know what I was doing as far as my diet goes. I'm at 310 now. It's going real slow with the diet. I haven't been breaking the diet or anything like that. It's just going slow. It's at that I'm starting to plateau again. So I got to do extra stuff, and I'm pretty sure my physical therapist is going to have me do more stuff. So, and she's probably going to be having me do a lot more exercise now that my body can take it. Oh, we got an extra person coming. Brian is in the house. What's up, Brian?
Yo, what up, EJ? How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. What'd you think of the weekend's fights, man?
Well, I just saw the one as everybody else has, so um yeah, that's all I saw with the Conlon and Wood fight.
Hold on, Iceman. When I say Martinez, I'm talking about Ancajas and Martinez. We're talking about Hector Martinez. Just so you know, that fight, in my opinion, is fight of the year so far. That's the top contender for fight of the year, because from round 1 to round 12, those two men put everything they had into it. Just saying, that's what I meant. But go ahead. I'm sorry, Brian. Go ahead. What were you saying?
No, it was a good fight. Here's my thing, right? With it, and honestly, believe this: if Conlon had genuine power, because I've been watching Conlon, I've met him a few times. He's a nice kid, or he's younger than me, so he's a kid. All right. If he had genuine power, that wouldn't have went past 4 rounds.
I can't disagree with that.
I honestly believe that. I was surprised he was able to hurt Wood. I think Wood, for the majority of the fight, I think he was outclassed. I think Conlon started to tire after round 7, and he started pushing him back. But for the first 6-7 rounds, Conlon couldn't miss with that looping left hand. He couldn't miss with that short hook he was doing. If he would have straightened up his punches, mixed it up a little bit, I think he would have had more success. But when Wood started pushing him back, and when Conlon started going to the ropes, it wasn't the fact that Wood started to push him back. It was when they were getting inside, Wood was being a little bit more physically dominant with him. Yeah. He was starting to lean on him. He was starting to push him, and Conlon started to tire, and he went on not survival mode, but he just wasn't moving. What's the word? He wasn't moving.
No, I get what you're saying, and I agree with you 100%. My issue with the fight was, even though it had some exciting rounds, the whole fight wasn't exciting. And for me,
I was on my,
I think it ended up. I think that was an exciting last round, and Haplo was right. It had a big finish, Whereas to the Martinez Ancajas fight, it was pretty one-sided. Although both were punching back. Martinez was the one scoring the most in the last round, but they were still going at each other with 100%. That's what I'm talking about. They were still just swinging away. That's to me, that's the epitome of boxing. That these guys are just, fuck the points, fuck the defense. They're just gonna smash each other until somebody's gonna stop. And unfortunately, fortunately, no one got hurt in the fight. No one really got knocked down. And that's the difference between the Ancajas fight and the Conlon fight, is because there was a total of 3 knockdowns altogether. Technically, there was only 2, but they counted that one fall because it was a fall, a slip, as a knockdown.
I think he got hit in the top of the head.
No, dude, I looked at it and I looked at it. That was a slip. He didn't get hit. The glove didn't touch him. You didn't see his head move back at all from the glove going by. Usually, if he gets hit, you'll see a snap.
Head don't have to move back. All it has to do is a little twitch.
Yeah, it didn't. There was no twitch, no snap, no nothing. It just went by. It didn't even graze him. But no matter what, they were gonna count it as a knockdown. So I had to put it in my book as a knockdown, and it is what it is. So with the 3 knockdowns, yeah, that made it exciting. You know, you had the knockdown in the first round, knockdown in the 11th round, and then the knockdown, the end of all knockdowns, which was at the end of the last round, just about at the end of the last round.
It was a good fight for what it was. To I would say pretty average fighters having a go. You know, you could see Conlon's early part of the fight. You could see his amateur background. You know, the former world champion.
Right.
And the amateurs, you know, gold or silver medalist. You know, so I've known Conlon since he was 15 years old. You know, not knowing about him, but I met him when he was 15.
Right. I get you.
So, you know, I knew him, I heard of him before then, you know, but, you know, I thought, you know, he showed that very early on. Wood, he's got some things to work on. You know, that chin stuck up there, he's got the Ryan Garcia effect. That chin's in the air. It's there to be hit. Any of these top guys, right? They're talking about him maybe wanting to fight Navarrete. I think if he does that there, I think he's getting sparked within 2 rounds.
Yeah. Well, listen, I was saying this earlier. You got B and C class fighters. That's what was up there on the roster yesterday or this weekend, right? B and C level class fighters that gave an A level fight.
Yeah,
that's what I saw. That's what they gave a fucking tremendous fight.
Yeah,
you know, but that doesn't negate from the fact that these guys were B and C level characters or fighters.
I know that.
You know? Because like, if you put them in the ring with a Navarrete or the same, they're not. No, just
no, they're getting both of them getting sparked.
But this, in my opinion, though, is the classic fights. You know. Styles make fights. This is that proves it. You put those 2 styles together, and this is what we got, and we got a beautiful.
Yeah,
fight.
You got the brawler versus the boxer.
Yeah,
that's what you got. And on this occasion, the brawler won because Conlon, at the end of it, you know, even though he was moving up basically, right, he was a 1-2-2 fighter, and he was moving up to 1-2-6, right? Because of that, you know, he couldn't keep Wood off him. Wood started to show his physical dominance in the middle and late rounds, and that's where he, you know, that's where he won the fight. Was the fact he was able to slow down the better boxer, because once he put his weight in him, once he started, you know, pushing him around the ring, you know, Conlon started to tire.
All right,
if Wood wouldn't have put on that pressure, I just want to say this: if Wood wouldn't have put on that pressure, Conlon could do that all night. You know, he could go 12 rounds easy if Wood didn't put on that pressure. Wood put on that pressure. Now Wood technically has to work on a lot of things. He has to move his head off the line. He doesn't do that there. He has to get his chin out of the air.
He got chin checked so many times, man. He got hit with that left.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's not chin checked. I'm saying he got to learn to dodge.
Yeah, he got to start blocking them punches with his face. That's not how you do it. Right?
Yeah, but you know, but if it was a different puncher in there, would he got past 4 rounds?
No.
You know, like that's the other question, because when I saw that fight made, not at one point to the build up, knowing Conlon like I do, knowing young Conlon like I do, I never once thought he would put him down. Never. He just don't have that power. He didn't have that power.
I think that was like, all right, correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's kind of like the punch that Kambosos gave Teofimo.
Yeah.
Very similar.
Yeah.
You know, if you ask me, I think that it was perfectly placed and it was walked into.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Carl.
Hey, listen, sorry to jump in. I just had to say one thing. Did you think that Ben Davison I think he deserves a bit of credit after what he did in that fight, man. He told him to make the adjustments, to get that right hand up, to block that left, and he made those adjustments in the middle of that fight, man.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, yeah.
That
But
would
no one sees that
yeah,
because everybody hates Ben Davison. I don't understand
Yeah,
why.
that
yeah, no, I'd give him his props, mate.
a blind man could have told him that.
That's true.
No,
That's true.
no offense, right? But if that was the type of Ben Davison, he did start blocking, right? And he was starting to time it because Conlon, right? Conlon wasn't, he wasn't pump faking at all. He was going for that left hand. So
Yeah, but
when
Wood
he
wasn't
started
reading
throwing
it.
it, he started to get the timing off it.
Yeah, but Wood never read the first 4 rounds. Wood didn't even see it. Like
No,
he did not make one. And then you see in the
there
corner,
was not
Ben's
one
saying, you got to
adjustment.
get that.
Yeah,
You got to get
there
that
was-
high guard up. Get that high guard up.
there was not one adjustment made in the. I don't know what they were saying in the corner in the first 4 rounds, but there was not one adjustment made.
I
So
think Ben was saying, if you don't get that guard up, you're going to fucking sleep.
here, if he was fighting anybody else, if he was fighting somebody with half decent power, he would have got knocked out.
Yeah.
As,
I
as
agree.
here, let's
I agree.
let's get honest with that, right? The fact that Conlon put him down, the heartening he jumped out of my freaking mouth.
Yeah.
But Conlon's a good boxer, but Jesus Christ, that kid has no power, none.
No,
So
you saw Wood took everything, mate, and just kept coming forward.
yeah, if he was in there with someone with, put him in against the Lara, put him in against the Navarrete, he's out.
No, don't even bother. Don't
Yeah,
even
he's
bother.
out. He's out cold. But as soon as he gets touched,
Yeah.
right?
You're dead right. You're dead right.
So,
But I'm thinking, I don't think he's that class of fighter. I think he's a BC class fighter. But I think if you put him in against a Navarrete or a Lara, he's going to get killed. But
yeah,
I'll tell you
pretty
what, he's got a chin. Jesus Christ, he's got a chin. That thing's made of granite.
oh no, I've been hit by Conlon, so I have.
Yeah.
That guy has no power.
Yeah.
that guy, right? Seriously, I could walk through his punches with the hands down all day. I've been chin checked. I've been chin checked by Conlon, and nah, I'm a heavyweight. I know that, but I've been chin checked by that guy. I've been, I remember sparring him probably when he was 23, and
What was with his Floyd Mayweather leaning on the ropes guard style that got him knocked
he
the fuck
bugs
out?
it. He'd been doing that since the amateurs.
That's
That's not.
Yeah, he wasn't doing it too well, that's for sure.
No.
Yeah. No. He'd been getting away with it.
No.
That,
he got folded up like a pretzel and put through them ropes, bro.
I mean, I meant up to now. He's been getting away with it. Up to yesterday, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, he's been doing that since the amateurs.
Is he all good? Is he all good after they took him to hospital?
Yeah, no, he's all good. He's fine now. They took him away when he fell. He did fall. Apparently, someone caught him before he hit solid on the ground. It might have been one of his family members, but he did hit his head on the ground. He was unconscious when he left the building. When he got to the hospital, he got conscious and he's all right now. He's doing fine. He gave like a minute 30-second interview saying he's okay, that the better man won, all that good stuff. He was a gentleman about the whole thing. But
Yeah, man. How would you feel? How would you feel? You've got no recollection of the fight. You get carried out of the ring unconscious. You wake up in a hospital bed, and you'd have that deja vu feeling of what the fuck am I doing in hospital?
oh no, he remembered the punch. He
And
remembered the punch because he remembered it was a right.
That happened to me in sparring once. I didn't wake up in hospital. This was when I was 13, 14. This is before concussion days. Before we knew about concussion, right? I remember I took a shot and I started the wobble around the ring. this is what I was told anyway. I started to wobble around the ring, and I didn't know where I was, and so I went home. I went straight to bed. I woke up the next day. The only thing I really remember is playing football earlier that evening with my friends. I don't remember nothing about the training, even going to the gym or nothing. You know, that's what
They
that's what I
say
was.
the worst thing about a concussion is going to sleep.
Yeah, yeah,
They don't want you to go to sleep.
yeah. See, right when you wake up, it's like being hung over, only twice worse.
Yeah.
You
I've
know.
been knocked out. I played rugby league. I've been
Yeah,
knocked out countless times. And yeah, it's like when you come to, you have a deja vu like you've done it before. I don't know
yeah,
about you, but when I got knocked out, I'm like, shit, it's like I'm replaying a movie where I'm the lead actor and I'm doing a really shitty job of playing a
yeah,
football player.
yeah. No. Yeah, that's what it's like.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
you have this deja vu where you're like, I've been here before. It's like you've played this out in your mind or something. It's a horrible feeling.
it's like yes. For me, it was like I just didn't remember what happened.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you know, it was like it didn't happen to me, and people asking me, "Am I all right?"
yeah,
I had a little bit of a sore head, but
yeah.
it's yeah, it's
It's
up
not
here.
fun, is it?
No, it's not fun at all.
No. And
Not fun.
these guys, people forget. Like, even look at I always put shit on MJ Hall. And this guy's got a record, I think, of 3-74. He's had 2 wins, sorry, and 74 losses. He's a UK fighter. MJ
Yeah,
Hall's his name.
yeah.
And this poor dude, man, like, he's got to start looking out for his health, eh? Like, that
Oh,
guy's he's just a punching bag, mate.
yeah. A lot of them do. See a lot of those journeymen, they know when they're going to get whipped. They really do. I
Yeah.
think they
But
prepare for it the best way they can. They just hope the first. A lot of them just hope they go back home. Safely to
yeah,
their families.
exactly. And you know what? As much as I put shit on him, I salute him, bro, because
Oh
it
yeah,
takes some balls, some brass balls, week after week after week to get back in that ring and take another hide, and then
oh
take
yeah,
another hide. Like, you got to give them their props, man. They're clearly doing it to feed their family. They're not doing
No,
it for their record.
most definitely, and I give them that. I give them that, and
good
Yeah,
I'm
man.
pretty sure that the Mr. Hall that you're talking about is just trying to feed his family.
Yeah,
that's right, man. That's right. And
I
as much
hope
as I
that he doesn't have permanent damage. But
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
That's concussion and boxing. You just got to look at the greats. Look what it's done to the greats, man. Like, look at Ali, Frazier. Look at these guys that just took beating after beating after beating. And I
yeah,
mean, even Mike Tyson to a certain extent too.
yeah.
He's only in his 50s. We don't know what sort of damage he's going to have, but he's
Think,
got
think,
a
think of it this way, though, right? These two fighters may do nothing else in their career. They'll always be remembered for that fight.
yeah.
for sure, for sure. But I'm looking forward to if these two fight again, if they have a rematch, which I want to see a rematch between those.
Oh yeah, that's the first thing I said once I said.
I want to see a rematch, and based on this fight alone, I would pay to see that. That's a pay-per-view fight.
Yeah,
Definitely.
That is a
Yes,
pay-per-view.
yesterday was a pay-per-view fight. I would have, like you said, EJ, I'd pay to watch that shit all day. That's
Yeah,
the type of fight you want to see, mate. You don't want to go in there and see someone have a jab contest and duck and weave and grab and hold. And
what's up, Punch? Punch Smollett in the house. How you doing, Punch?
that punch.
No, not Punch John. Please.
Okay,
No.
I'm thinking you got royalty on you.
Okay, come in now. Don't call it royalty in this fucking place, please.
Yeah,
It's not
I'm
royalty, man.
A punch drops on your channel, and he comes up on the panel. Geez, he brings so many freaking views to your.
I don't care about that.
Yeah, no, I know, man.
I know what you're saying, and I understand, but that I don't want views like that. I don't want views like that. I want, I want people that I get along with, that get along with me, even though we have opposing opinions. That's fine. I don't want a dick riding, fanager. I don't. I no. I can't deal with that. I can. Not on my panel. We ain't doing that shit here. We don't do it here. I haven't seen you do it on your panel, Brian.
No, that's right.
No, just fucking no. No, thank you.
You got me, AJ. You've got royalty in the house, brother.
Okay, I'll deal with your type of royalty, but you're not dick riding anybody.
I don't dick ride anyone. I don't dick ride George Kambosos, mate. He's from my country. I don't dick ride him.
Yeah, and that's what I appreciate. You're a fan of the science of it. You're a fan of boxing. You're not a fan of a fucking boxer.
Here, what did I say? Here, what did I say when Jason Quigley? This is the guy I trained, by the way, or helped train. Just Yeah,
you did say don't talk shit about him in your.
Yeah, but what? Well, what did I say when he was fighting Dudu?
Well, you say he wasn't. One of the things you said is that he wasn't ready for him, and he's gonna get. You said he was gonna get fucked up.
Yep. So.
Get this smoke. What's up? How you doing, brother?
GTS. How you doing?
I got to admit, in days gone by, I might have been a bit of a fanboy. But yeah, I think as you get older, you get a bit wiser to the sport and the bureaucracy.
Yeah, listen, I'm a fanboy of Ali, Frazier, Foreman, Tyson.
Yeah, but
especially Tyson. I'm still hurt about that long ass count he got. It's a sore point with me.
Hagler's got to be one of my favorites of all time, and Sugar Ray.
It's still a sore point with me, but I deal with it. It's like,
what's the sore point?
The long ass count that Tyson got, that they gave Douglas when Tyson knocked him down, and then when Tyson gets knocked down, it's like 1, 2, 4, 8, 9, 10. You're done, right? It's like,
I like Manny Pacquiao, right? I still don't like what he. Barrera's probably my favorite fighter of the last 25, 30 years. I still don't like what he did to Barrera. So yeah. And the only reason I really like Barrera is because he beat one of the guys I hated most in Prince Naseem Hamed.
I'll tell you what, man. I love hearing Rolly talking about this fight coming up. Rolly's a funny dude, man.
Are you a funny dude? Yeah.
Oh, Rolly, I think Rolly's gonna fucking shock some people, man. He's funny as fuck too.
You know what? They say you're only as good as your last fight. And you look at Tank's last fight, ordinary.
Tank wasn't too good on his last fight. His last two fights, he wasn't too good.
Yeah, here, and in the deepest respects to Rolly, Isaac Cruz is a better fighter than Rolly Romero. I'm just trying to keep it 100 there. I don't care who agrees with that or who doesn't.
Yeah.
They
got different. Like they say, styles make fights. He's got a different style.
Yeah.
I just hope Rolly comes with the intensity that he's got while he's training. Because I tell you what, if he does,
listen, we got this new guy in the chat. His name is Unrivaled Boxing Talk. I wish I knew all these fighters you were talking about. Really? Fucking Mark, I swear to God.
we don't know who. I don't know who these guys are either, Mark.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, man. I didn't know who would, and I knew who they were, but I didn't really hear much about them. But when I saw that fight, of course I was gonna watch the fight.
What? I was watching the lead up, like on DAZN, right? They had the lead ups to the fights, and I watched this 40-minute doco on Wood and Conlon, and Wood didn't even know how much he was fighting for. He said that's not important to me. And I thought, you know what? That's what's gone from this sport. That's what's gone is guys just turning up to fight to get all the brass, to get all the jewelry. It's now it's just all about fucking money.
Yeah,
and Wood didn't care, and straight away I was in his corner. straight away that got me on inside. I'm thinking that's the type of dude I want to support. And I've got to agree, I'd never heard of either of them either.
Yeah.
Well,
I heard of Conlon. I ain't gonna.
What's up? What's up, Unrivaled? What's up, Mark? How you doing?
All good, all good, all good.
How you doing, Mark?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta be truthful, man. I mean, I heard of them, but I didn't really expect much. The fight that we saw, that was a tremendously good fight. I would pay to see those two fighters fight each other again, for sure.
Yeah,
I would pay to see that, especially after seeing this fight that they gave us. Yeah, I'm all in for that next fight.
I passed over it because I didn't. I passed over it because I didn't think it'd be a good fight.
I
was more interested in the undercard. No lie, I was more interested in the undercard than I was in the main event. And look what we get for a main event. Fuck, I'm not gonna do that again next time. I'm gonna go in with an open mind next time.
Man, that was better than the Amir Khan and Kell Brook fight. Way better.
Yeah, you know what? Yes, you're right. That was better than Amir Khan and Kell Brook.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too
not too hard to beat, eh?
Not here, or that was a one-sided beating waiting to happen.
Well, Amir Khan, he deserves his rematch. There's a rematch clause there. He deserves it because he blocked every one of Kell Brook's punches with his face.
I was just about to. Okay, you got me there. Okay, God damn it, you got me with an obvious one. Jesus.
Why would there be a rematch clause there? That was so one-sided. It wasn't.
No, he needs to retire. I think both of them need to retire, especially Kell Brook.
Yeah.
Kell Brook needs to fucking
get
off on a high note and just drop it, you know. But he's gonna get down and fight.
The only reason is money.
Yeah, of course.
But how much money is it worth for your health, though?
Well,
whatever
it depends on how many millions.
I don't know, man.
You
can't enjoy the millions if you're pissing yourself and you got to wear a fucking diaper and you're walking around like you're double dribbling basketballs all over the place. Is that worth it?
You're thinking of it this way. There's people who do that every weekend for free. So
yeah, exactly.
Look, think of it like this, Jed. Just think of it like this. You're asking the question about health, right? Did you see the Canelo knockout over Amir Khan?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, and Khan has fought 5 times since then and been on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here since that fight, right? I don't think he really gives a fuck about his health.
Nah, you're right. Boxing aren't the long-term planning type guys, eh?
Like, imagine getting knocked out by Canelo and then stepping into a ring with someone like Terence Crawford.
And just getting eaten alive.
So you don't really care about your health at that stage.
Nah. Jeff Horn didn't care about his health.
I mean, how much money do you need? Is it the money? Or is it you just don't give a fuck? Is that it? You just don't give a fuck?
It's probably celebrity status, actually.
Yeah,
and also the very fact that, like, Khan probably has a very, very, very high bill every month because he's really into transgender prostitutes, from what I know. So.
I thought that was Kell.
No, Kell's gay. Kell's allegedly gay, but Khan is the one who got caught wanking on Skype with the tranny.
Oh, my Lord.
See,
this is stuff I didn't need. You see, I don't care what a boxer does behind his closed doors, but see, that's stuff I didn't need to know. Thanks. I appreciate you. Now I have that mental picture in my head. Thank you very much.
Why do you mentally imagine everything?
Because it just happens, man.
That's what we call a Kinder Surprise.
Oh, shit.
Jesus.
Damn. We got sidetracked there, didn't we? We went from talking about boxing to trannies and homos.
Yeah, thanks to Mark. Yeah, Mark got to go. He's got to go there.
That's kind of put a different.
But you know, to be fair though,
well, Mr.
we put me and Brian and Jedi have put Mark in shitty positions too, very uncomfortable positions. So I think this is his way of getting back at that shit. So
did I ever put him in those positions?
By talking to me.
Yeah, but, you know.
Oh, that's funny. That is funny shit. I heard that one actually about Amir Khan jacking off.
I didn't know. It was the
Yeah,
first
rocket
time I hear
wrist.
about
They call him rocket wrist.
Ah, see, damn.
Rocket wrist Khan.
I don't know why he's interested in like trannies or anything, man. The dude's got extreme hand speed. You reckon you don't even need a wife with hand speed like that? You can crank one out in 2 seconds. It's an 18 punch combination.
Yeah, but he only lands 2 of them, Mark. Here, Mark, he only lands 2 of them.
What's that, Brian?
He only lands 2 of them.
No, but that's on somebody with defense. You know full well his dick ain't got no defense, bro.
So you're telling me he's trying to make the testicles and move?
I'm telling you right now, his dick can't get its head off the line, bro. That's what I'm telling you.
His dick is probably like his regular head. He's constantly getting slapped around.
I'm sorry, Jed.
Tears coming at me.
See, why? Why? See, guys, this is not my fault.
On
Just
episode
saying. So what did you
this
do?
segment
You're
brought to you
the
by the
only
LGBTQ.
Brian already talked about it, but Mark, you're the only one that hasn't commented on the wood column pipe. What did you think of it?
It was really boring. I don't get why everybody's so excited. Let's put it into perspective. It was 2 dudes who can't really punch but have no chins, and that's the only reason it looked good.
You know, people are saying they want to call it like fight of the year, right?
People are crazy, bro. Calling that fight of the year.
Yeah, that's
I'm hearing people say knockout of the year. Like, the dude gets knocked through the ropes and slinks down and is within an inch of losing his life, and apparently that's knockout of the year, please.
Did he get knocked out through the ropes or did he fight?
No,
he was unconscious before he even went
He
through
was
the ropes.
unconscious before he went through the ropes. So he got hit with a stiff right. What I saw was a straight right. It was a short straight right. I didn't see a hook. Someone said it was a hook. I didn't see a hook. I saw a short straight right, and he went to sleep after that. And he
Everybody's overrating the fight. There wasn't much of the knockout. Wasn't as good as people are saying. I mean,
I disagree.
the Lawrence Okoli Michael Cieslik fight was better than that, man.
No, that was a good fight. That's right. Call me.
No, it wasn't, Brian. It was fucking boring as shit.
The Okoli fight, yeah, that was
being ironical, Mark.
It was a little boring. I'm not gonna lie.
I was being ironical.
You were being you were not ironical. You were being.
I have an honest question. Is ironical a word?
No.
In my vocabulary, it is.
Oh, I bet that sometimes you like to get scientifical too, huh?
I thought Pedraza Ramirez was a good fight. I thought that what was the other fight? Yeah.
I was joking. It's definitely, in my opinion, the fight of the year so far, Jed. Yeah, it's definitely the KO of the year.
I got Ancajas Martinez.
You were being facetious. Now that's not scientifically a word, but facetious is a word.
Yeah, facetious. That's the word I was looking for.
Facetious is definitely a word. Scientifical isn't. Scientifically is. And ironical definitely is not a word.
And I'm just glad that I'm not guilty of saying any of those words that are not in the dictionary. I have been guilty of making my own words up, though. No lie.
Martinez Ancajas was not.
Here, wherever
I had it for me. I had it as fight of the year so far. It's the top contender.
Nah, I'll call it knockout of the year. Round 12, you can't get better. That's value for money. That fight was value for money.
I think Colin Wood it's a modern day featherweight classic, to be honest with you.
How did you have it scored? I had a draw going into round 12.
Well, it's mathematically, unless I'm given even rounds, right? It's mathematically impossible for me to have it a draw going into round 12. because there were two knockdowns. So they for one for Conlon, the 10-8 in the first round, and then the Wood in round 11, which would be a 10-8. So that would even it all up. So it has to be 6-5 either side. I had it a point ahead to Mick Conlon. So if Wood had have won that with no knockdowns, it would have been a draw. So I had Conlon up by 1.6 rounds to 5.
Yeah.
That's about what I had. Let me look at my book.
It was dead. It was dead close, man. It was a sick fucking fight.
Yeah, because I had the 10-8 round was round 1. 2 and 3 were to Colin. 4, 5, and 6 were to Woods. 7 was to Colin. 10 was to Colin. And then 11, because they said it was a knockdown, I had to give that to Wood. But I had it in favor of Colin up until that knockdown in the 12th round.
Yeah, man, that was a good fight. That was a good old-fashioned dusty scrap.
Did you ever expect that from Conlon, Mark?
Expect what?
That he could pull out a fight like that?
I expected his fights to get more entertaining the higher up in level that he went each time, Brian. Yeah. And I kind of expected him to be in a world level entertaining fight when he was in there with a world level fighter, like a super. But the thing for me is, I don't look at Lee, and I still don't look at Lee Wood as true world level. I'm sorry. I think there are better featherweights in the division. There are. And there's Navarrete would beat the fuck out of him. Lara would beat the fuck out of him. Magsayo would probably spark him clean out. These are the important guys we really need to be talking about here. This is a world regular title, and the man lost to Jazza Dickens, right? He's not that great. So I didn't think Conlon's skill gap would start here, Brian. This is where he's kind of on an even keel with somebody to where it's too difficult for him to keep away. So, but I always believed he could be in entertaining fights. I just thought it'd be a little bit higher up on the world level kind of thing. I thought it would be I thought for him to be in a fight this good, he'd have to be in there with a person as good as, let's just say for beggar's belief, someone like maybe Warrington, who even though he lost to Lara, you could still consider him to be above Lee Wood in level, right? He has the resume to prove it. The Lara, he has the Carl Framptons and the Lee Selbys and everything down on that record.
Yeah.
So he has backed it up. Just because he's got slaughtered by Lara doesn't mean he's a bum. Lara's just a fucking beast.
No, I've got power right enough now to admit that.
I think if Wood come up against someone with power, I think his chin would be exposed real bad.
He's already been stopped in his career.
Yeah.
So, and he's been outboxed clinically by fucking Jazza Dickens. It's not like Jazza's a master boxer or anything. He got fucking outboxed by Keith Galahad, who got knocked out by Kiko Martinez.
I thought he was gone that first round. I thought it was all over. I thought he wasn't coming back from that.
I gotta go answer my front door. Please continue to talk. I'll be right back.
Sure. I can talk.
Yeah, I mean, from I don't know either of those guys, but I tell you what, I think they put on a world class fight, man. I think that was a great fight. And
well, I've known them both quite a while, right? So I knew Conlon and the amateurs, obviously, because I'm from Ireland, so I'd know that. And the first time I ever seen Lee Wood fight was, I think it was his second or third fight in his career. He was on the bottom of the Tyson Fury Nevin Pikic undercard. Yeah, there you go. So he was part of that undercard way back when, Lee Wood. I think it was either his second or third fight. I know that it was in the Doncaster Dome. I'm pretty sure. No, it wasn't the Doncaster Dome. It was in the Event City Trafford Park in Manchester. And if you remember, Brian, Lionel Thompson, he was on the card. Chris Eubank Jr. was making his debut as well on that card. So,
Yeah, I do remember actually. So
yeah,
there you
and
go.
Lee Wood, he was the opener for that card at Super Bantamweight. That's what he was meant to be, but he weighed 128 pounds, didn't he? So, yeah, I've been watching him pretty much since 2011. So, about 11 years now.
Geez, a long time. Yeah. Yep.
But he was mostly fighting journeyman and everything. I still remember when he got knocked out by Gavin McDonnell. I was watching that. That was on Sky. Eddie Hearn was promoting it. Really good fight on that card as well was fucking Daniel Brajulia against Tommy Coyle. That was a fucking cracking fight.
There you go.
So, yeah, and Lee Wood versus Gavin McDonnell for the vacant British. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know who else was on that card? The Gavin McDonnell card, Brian. The Gavin McDonnell Lee Wood card, where Lee Wood got knocked out. Curtis Woodhouse.
There's a name I haven't heard in 6-7 years.
These are names I haven't heard of yet at all.
That's why I'm just sitting there shutting my mouth.
I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. My name is Mark.
It's all good.
I'm going to introduce myself to you. My name is Mark, and I don't know a damn thing about boxing.
My name is Carl, and I also don't know a damn thing about boxing.
Right,
I
you
know
are.
less than I know less than them two. That's for damn sure. So,
Hey, EJ, you remember the movie Hot Rod? My name is Rod, and I like to party.
oh yeah, wow! I haven't heard of that movie in a while, in a minute.
It's got John Farnham, one of the greatest Australian singers on there.
You would remember that. You know who my favorite Australian singer is? Carice Eden. I love her. That's my favorite Australian singer.
What does she sing? I've never even heard of her.
Are you
She
kidding
won
me?
the fourth season of the Australian Voice, and Jed seems to think that she's actually like a professional singer.
I do. I think she's absolutely awesome. Leave me alone with my choices, all right?
Did you cry? Did you cry when she won?
Oh, it was so emotional. I tear up today just thinking about it.
He didn't even know who she was until about 8 years after she won the damn thing.
No, that's bullshit. That is bullshit. I got her on my YouTube watch list from I think
course
the
you
same
have.
year it came out.
Of course you have, EJ. What about Guy Sebastian? What about all the good things Guy Sebastian's done for the world? Guy Sebastian. He got us. We come second in the Eurovision last year, guys. Come on.
Jesus
Oh, yeah, no.
fucking Christ.
When we came second in the Eurovision.
Yeah, we come second. No one ever knows who comes second, eh? But Australia came
Are you
second
sure
in
it's not
Eurovision
Austria?
last year.
Are you sure it's not Austria and we got the names mixed up?
God damn it.
There might have been a couple of vowels and consonants left out of that country, but I'm not sure. No, Guy Sebastian, mate, he's the voice. He's got the voice of an angel. It's like he's had an angel piss on his tonsils.
There you go.
So we've gone from boxing to Eurovision. That's good. Good. That was a good segue.
I didn't go to Eurovision. I just mentioned Carice Eden. That's all I mentioned, okay?
This is a man. Sounds like a cat being raped against themselves.
Oh, shit. You know what? Stop disrespecting. Come on. That was a beautiful performance.
I still
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know any-
Christian
And she was-
Hammer has a
and
lead
she's
with
a
right
beautiful
hand.
woman. She needs to stop pumping out babies, though. Seriously.
and save
Why
us
does she need? Wait, hold on. So I can't say I don't like her singing, but you can judge whether or not she should be having children. Whoa,
Yeah, too
hold
many.
up,
It was-
hold up. So I don't like her voice, but you're able to comment on Keep in mind, she has a lot more money than you do.
No,
So when are we seeing the spandex come out, EJ?
Look, the
I think-
spandex is never coming out. All right, I'm never ever gonna wear. You're gonna see me in jeans
AJ.
or sweatpants, and that's it. All right.
Should have gone, Mr.
We're going to get you some spandex made up with
See, I told
electrojet on the
just,
front.
just so they understand, so Mark got context here. All right, I told everybody, look, because I've been doing so good with the weight, but I hit a plateau, and my physical therapist told me what was going on and why I hit this plateau, and she's going to start, working me out more. She's giving me more stuff to do and the hardest stuff to do. That should get me through the plateau I'm at right now. All right. And then I mentioned this to everybody, and I said I was thinking about getting, either getting a punching bag, a heavy bag, a treadmill, or one of the static bikes.
Right.
I can't get all three. It's one of those three. And I said, and I just told them, look, if y'all help me get one, we gotta choose one first, and then I'll get that, and then I'll do a stream of me working out on that once or twice a week. So y'all see I'm still doing it. And it's just something to keep me motivated to do it, to keep on the weight loss. And that's what I said. And then this guy, fucking Carl, got to mention putting me in spandex.
God damn it, Carl.
See?
Yeah, but I think, if you look at Hulk Hogan with his WrestleMania on the front of his
I'm
spandex,
not Hulk Hogan. Okay.
but you could be,
Yeah.
bro. You
Yeah.
could be. This could be
and that's
transformation.
He's not a real
Bro,
American.
This could be.
Bro, Lisa Ann looks good in latex. It doesn't mean I'm going to ask Jed to dress up in it.
I think you guys are missing the point here. We could be onto something huge.
Yeah.
Is that a
something
fat
huge,
joke?
Me.
I'm not fat shaming him at all. People in glass houses
Carl.
don't throw stones. Carl. Have you seen
I'm just
Carl
gonna-
with llama?
I can't help it. That fucking... Y'all remember those llamas?
Oh, Carl.
Carl. After killing somebody.
He kills everyone on a cruise ship. Yeah, that's funny as shit. Just because it's got my name in it, I had that sent to me by a few people, but yeah, it was pretty funny. Have you seen that, EJ?
Which one?
Carl the llama.
No.
The serial killing llamas?
Serial
No.
killer.
One of them's named Carl. Carl.
When I hear you say Carl like that, I think of Carl from The Walking Dead. Carl, get back, Carl. That's Carl I think of.
Oh, for anybody out there who's only just started watching The Walking Dead and they're like only a few episodes through or whatever, Glenn dies. He dies.
And to go even further than that, Carl dies too.
This from a guy this morning who didn't want to go into specifics about the movie.
Oh, that was on my channel. I actually have viewers over there.
Kal-El in the house. What's up, Kal-El? The real Man of Steel. Don't worry, Kal-El. I won't play that theme music today. But
You
I
see,
will
Brian,
get it next time.
I have a duty over there because there's like 50, 60 people watching, right? But when I'm over here, I can spoil it because the only people who are watching are us four and three others in the chat.
I haven't seen The Walking Dead yet.
Well, Glenn dies. He dies,
Carl died.
and Carl dies. Hey, Brian, everybody fucking dies, Brian. They all fucking die.
I might have to watch it then. Sounds interesting.
What's up, Toby? Toby's in the house too.
Sounds interesting.
Oh, fuck, I'm dying over here.
Carl's dying again.
Hey, by the
I'm
way,
dying.
for anybody out there who's only just started watching The Walking Dead, for anybody out there who's only just started watching Game of Thrones, Daenerys Targaryen and Jon Snow are half siblings.
or
They
he's
have a
his
child?
or uncle or some shit. I can't remember. It's been she's his aunt. It's been a long time since I watched the last season. They're related and they have sex, and then like she goes crazy and shit, and he stabs her and kills her off and all this stuff after they kill out all the White Walkers.
You know, I
And
didn't
like
finish watching it, right?
I don't care. There you go. For anyone who hasn't seen the end of it, there you go. You don't need to watch it.
Oh, fuck. Carl nearly died again.
For anybody who hasn't watched The Wizard of Oz,
I think that.
I'm sorry, man.
What happens in The Wizard of Oz?
Well, so what happens is, in my personal opinion, I think the bitch was tripping on acid, right? But
Facts. Facts.
But yeah, this man's asking me to break down The Wizard of Oz, and I'm realizing how difficult it is to explain this movie properly. So at the start of the movie, there's this like little fucking bitch, right? And she's in a house and she has to do some shit, and then like they end up with a hurricane, and she essentially her house gets supposedly ripped away in the hurricane. And she sees some bitch in the hurricane on a bike cackling at her, right? and that's the witch essentially in the movie. Now all of a sudden she ends up in Oz, and she's
Is
on
that
the yellow
Australia?
brick. No, it is not Australia, and I'll tell you the reason why. When you, it's obviously a make-believe world. If you were in Australia and you were landing in the middle of nowhere in Australia, the odds are you're about to get killed by something. It's not going to be a witch that's attacking you, or a scarecrow, or a cuddly fucking lion. It's going to be a big fucking inland taipan ready to rip your fucking balls out of your neck. It doesn't matter if you're a woman or not, your balls are coming out of your neck.
I think it's I'm going to tell you.
I think, John, I think you can read bedtime stories to children.
Yeah.
You can be a narrator. Oh man, that was
I'm
piss
told-
funny. Fuck.
Yeah, I'm told I should do what do you call them? Thing movies.
Look, I honestly think that I want to know what the fuck happens in that tea party. Because to me, that tea party is just full of acid.
Which tea party?
Oh, you're talking about Alice in Wonderland?
Alice in Wonderland, yeah.
Oh, yo,
No, dude, they
for
could be
anyone
acid,
who
yeah,
hasn't
that's acid.
seen Alice in Wonderland,
I grew up before, which I think was a fucking sin.
the Queen of Hearts in the original animation is fat as fuck. Just for anyone who hasn't seen. And she's ugly as shit. And her husband's excessively skinny. She's eating him into bulimia.
Well, as I said, I grew up before the sisters, so of course I've seen it.
Yeah, you forgot Toad the dog, man. I'm ashamed of you.
Well, I didn't get through the whole movie. I only got to the part where she ended up in Oz.
Sorry, I got him sidetracked.
I didn't get into all the I didn't get into when she meets the fucking cowardly lion or the fucking tin man. Right, so the coward, let's put it like this, right? So you have the scarecrow who doesn't have a brain, right? That's fucking Tyson Fury. You've got the fucking coward, that's the cowardly lion, that's Deontay Wilder, and you've got the stiff fucking robot tin man, which is Anthony Joshua. There you go. That's literally the fucking movie in a nutshell. And then you have some fucking bitch who's trying to lead them all. No, hold on. You have some fucking man behind the curtain who's trying to fucking like pull the wool over everybody's eyes. There's Eddie Hearn. And then you have the little fucking bitch who's constantly complaining and moaning, which is the YTBC the whole way through the movie. And then you have the fucking dog. You have the little fucking dog barking around who's the real hero of the movie, the little fucking Toto, yeah. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, without any question, is Alexander Lucic.
I was gonna say it's gonna be Usyk.
And that's the line, The Witch in the Wardrobe. Now, along the way, a witch gets killed, Maxim Dadashev. Jesus, that was dark. That was dark. Maxim Dadashev, I meant. And
Fuck,
Yeah.
that's a donkey and a half.
yeah,
Oh, that
not a
was
heartbeat. And to be honest, even though one needs a brain, one needs fucking courage, and the other one needs fucking what? A heart.
A heart.
Yeah. The truth is, between the three of them, they don't have any of them. There isn't a brain, a heart, or courage between the three of them.
Well, is there half a chromosome between them?
Well, I would hope there's at least. No, you see, here's the thing. They all have the right amount of chromosomes, but it depends on what species we're talking about. Now, for Neanderthals, they all have the right amount of chromosomes, but for like Homo sapiens, they don't. Which is you and I, Carl. I can just tell up the top right. I've just pissed Brian right off. Brian's just sitting there, not saying a damn word. He's just pissed.
I don't care. I'm playing FIFA.
Brian, we're gonna have to get you up to date on kids' movies, mate.
What?
For those of you who've just joined us,
For those of you who haven't seen Shrek,
I think that's me, right? I guarantee you that's gonna be me. Right?
Brian's just like, I've seen this. All right, Brian, I've got an anomaly for you. For those of you who haven't seen your penises in 5 years,
That's not fair, man. Come on. I just saw the tip the other day.
I've seen the penis every day. Thank you.
well, not on a direct down shot, you haven't.
mirrors on the floor don't count either, guys.
No, not my fault. It's fucking large. Give me some credit.
No.
No. Oh, man.
Carl, I promise I'm not normally this like abrasive or
No,
hostile.
don't believe that bullshit. Yes, he is. He's normally abrasive.
That's not true. Fuck you.
It's so true.
I'm very nice.
It's when you first meet him, you get the delusion that he's actually a nice guy. Then after you get to know him, is that this guy's kind of an asshole, you know? And then after a while longer, it's like, yeah, no, he's not kind. He really is an asshole. That's pretty much a summation of Mark right now.
That's not true at all.
What are you gonna tell me? Now you're hurt? Oh, good Lord. You've had me.
For those of you who haven't seen, we need to talk about Kevin.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, sorry. Let me go with more. For those of you who haven't seen The Green Mile,
I've seen that shit.
everybody has. Well, this is the part where I kill Jed at the end of the movie when people think he's gonna survive.
Oh, God.
I'm Tom Hanks, your big dude. I can never remember his name. What's his name?
John Coffey.
Yeah, you're John Coffey. Let's go, John.
Yeah.
I was so disappointed when they electrocuted that motherfucker at the end of that movie.
No, I wasn't. I was happy. Finally got
You racist piece of shit.
He finally got a piece. I don't think he was happy living before.
That's a great way of covering up racism, Brian. I was so happy that he was killed at the end of the movie when he didn't
It doesn't matter who it was, right? It could have,
when he didn't deserve to be killed. Brian, I'm happy because he's at peace. Wow.
No, yeah.
Does Scarface make it? For those of you
that don't know, John Coffey's this big black dude, and this happened in the 1920s supposedly, and he was sentenced to
Is that a true story? Because I never knew that.
And he had special gifts, the gifts of healing.
For those of you who haven't seen Scarface, you should actually go watch it. It's pretty good.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
If you
right.
haven't seen Scarface and you're 25 and older and haven't seen Scarface, something's wrong.
Yep.
Something's wrong.
Yep.
You're not doing something right.
For
Just-
those of you who haven't seen The Batman,
Oh, good Lord. Here it comes.
the Riddler was an orphan. And the reason he turned into a serial killer is because he was an orphan just like Bruce Wayne, but he didn't have as much money as Bruce Wayne. That's the plot of the movie, essentially.
Yep.
Hope you enjoy.
That and 15 other plot lines that you have to try to follow.
15 plot lines that don't really have beginnings or endings.
They're just there. And if you want to know how my wife feels about the movie,
They have a review.
yeah, we have a review. You could tell that she wasn't biased going into that review whatsoever.
I think it's the greatest movie of all time.
That's not true, Brian.
I can't even say that with straight face. I can't even lie about that shit. Oh my god. I'm joking for you.
Don't go far. Yeah, be careful. Okay.
Don't go breaking his heart.
She's gonna go see her Sancho on the side. I don't know.
I don't even know what that means.
Sancho is like the other guy.
Oh, that sounds like an alcoholic beverage, like in Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
Hey, let's have some tequila and Sancho.
nah, but see, I'm in New Mexico, so yeah, Sancho's definitely the other guy.
Is that just
Boys, get the smoke not joining the panel. I want them to join the panel. Last week when Kodo was here, he had someone to argue about with race and shit. And like, I just want to be very racist to get the smoke today. So I want them to join.
No, do leave get the smoke alone, man. Because when he gets up and he starts talking, he don't shut up. You do know this, right?
You do know that I know him longer than
I know you know him
practically
long-
every single person in the YTBC.
I know you do, but the thing is, he has no off button, none.
You know that I did a fucking actual podcast with him, right?
Yes.
Like, you do know that there's an actual podcast of me and Smoke called Unrivaled Smoke, right?
Is that on your channel? Because it was on your channel. Yeah. Then I seen it. Yeah.
Oh, you've seen every video on my channel?
No, not every. I'm still going through them. If you got a shit ton of video, you got more videos than I do, and I've been on YouTube longer than you have.
Probably a little bit longer. You need to remember this is like my fourth channel.
Yeah, no, I've been. My earliest video was 14 years ago, 14 and a half years ago.
Very
Oh,
first video
shit.
I ever made.
God damn it! Here it comes.
Enjoying
God
my,
damn it!
make my snide comments in the chat.
I seen them.
Hey, yo, what up, Cracker?
Things up. What's happening, man? What are you doing? How's the sun not shining in your neck of the woods? Is it like late gray or is it like slightly damp? What's happening?
Well, it's nighttime.
Okay, so yeah, just completely not shining. I guess. Oh yeah, right. It's what? It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning.
It's 11 p.m.
What the fuck?
We're only 7 hours ahead of you right now because your clock went forward. Yeah.
Cool.
So we're not gonna
Anyway.
we're not raise bait and get the smoke, right?
No, I mean, whatever, dude. They don't even have race in Ireland. They don't have ethnicity. But I don't. You know what? Now that I'm here, I have a question for you on the way you guys organize your like ethnic groups in Ireland. What the hell is the difference between an Irish Indian and a British Indian?
Never heard of either term.
So why do you have like Irish traveler and Roman traveler? Like, why do you break
Because Romani traveler are a completely different ethnic group to Gypsy. So Romanis aren't right. So hold on. There's Irish traveler and there's Romani Gypsy. Now, Irish travelers years ago said that they wanted to be called nomadic people like gypsies. The reality is that they're squatters, they're not nomads. So it's a different thing.
I mean, they're still traveling though, right?
Not really, no. They're just squatting on the same plot of land.
So the whole idea, like, so the
no, they're not gypsies. No, they're not actually gypsies. Their caravans don't work either, no.
Right. Turkish found that out for his hand, I guess.
Yeah.
That's it.
Smoke, you have a bigger house than I do.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, where's my white privilege? Because you seem to have gotten it.
Yeah, so
you were born into a better financial situation than I was, and you have a better one. So why the fuck do you have my white privilege? I want it back.
Well, see, the thing is, you're mistaken like group average and individual circumstance. Like, there's always been like the whole idea about white privilege is just about like the majority of white people versus the majority of black people. Not like every single white person is going to be better than every single black person.
So in the special circumstance that I can bring it up, Smoke, give me that black privilege, bitch.
Well, you still do, you still get the cultural advantage of being in America. You're probably going to have way.
But I'm not an American.
And well, then none of this matters because this is an American social construct.
Yeah, well then.
No, there's a European social. There's a European social construct too. You need to remember this.
Yeah, I know, but it's going to work differently in your neck of the woods, right?
If we're going on that basis, Smoke, majority of the people in this country that are poor are white.
Yeah, because the majority of everybody is white, right? Like it works differently. It's like a social construct. So you're looking at the society that you're living in, and you can't transfer that reality to what the hell America's got going on.
No, but I'm just saying the majority of the people who are fucking poor in this country are white.
Yeah, because the majority of rich people are white. Forget the majority, all of them. Like all of the rich people in your country are white.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not true. The richest man in Ireland. Hold on. The richest man in Ireland is Indian.
Okay, well there you go. So sorry. Most of them. We'll go back to most of them then.
Actually, most of the richest people in Ireland aren't from Ireland. Most of the richest people in Ireland use Ireland as a tax haven, right?
Well, that's it, but they're not Irish though, right? I mean, I don't know if most of the rich people in America are actually American, right? Like I don't.
A lot of them aren't actually white. A lot of them are actually Indian. The majority of the wealth demographic in Ireland is Indian.
Okay, let's see if the Irish people in there that have money, not like people with tax havens and all this other stuff, because we also have a bunch of international billionaires that come here, but they just live here, right? They're not necessarily American. That's a different metric. Like you're now pivoting into the stratosphere. Like if you want to talk about the people who have like Irish citizenry, Irish descent, you're probably not going to find a bunch of Indian people.
Our fucking last Taoiseach was Indian.
Well,
okay, great. Like now you can. There's so many of them. You can start naming them by name. Like you can start personalizing it, right?
We're getting to a situation where Irish people in Ireland are actually becoming a minority. Smoke.
Okay, great. I mean, I hear you, but let's see if that's
due to globalism.
Let's see if the Irish census reflects that. Because I'll hazard a guess that it says that most people of Irish citizenry are fucking white as hell.
Hey, I'm just saying within the next 15 years it's changing.
Okay, that's America. Listen, that's America. That's not Ireland. I mean, let's see.
Would you like to come over to Dublin and walk around on the streets, bro? You'll see more people. Bro, you'll see more people who look like you than look like me. I'm not joking. I am not joking. There are a lot of fucking people here from other countries.
I hear
A
you, but
lot.
Dublin is one of your most cosmopolitan cities, right? Like that's probably the snapshot. Like New York is very cosmopolitan, but I wouldn't like compare it to Houston when it comes to like the demographics of America.
Okay. I don't. All right, mate. Listen, I could go to, let's say, fucking Westmeath, Ireland, right, a random ass place, and go around and look for lots of different cultures and probably not find as many. Just like if I went to fucking Maine, I'm not gonna find a lot of black people in Maine, am I?
No,
Right?
no. I
I'm
mean, you'll
not.
find Jalik the leader. He might be there.
I don't know. All I know is that's the worst part
Yeah,
of America.
yeah. You can start talking about him, right? You can start talking. No, it's not the worst part of America. It's just one of the more fucked up parts of America.
I didn't say
Worst-
worst part of America. I said whitest. I said
Oh, white.
whitest.
I mean, like we got Wyoming, we got Montana. There's a lot of whiteness in America. Like we got.
Maine is the
straight up-
whitest state in America.
I mean, maybe.
Ask Alexa, she'll tell you.
No, you might differ. I think Oregon.
Maybe. I mean, if it is, it's by a percentage that doesn't even. It's like negligible. It's not like there's plenty of white places in America. That might like edge out the most whitest place, but the second and third place are probably just as white. Like fundamentally, no fucking different.
Sure, whatever you say.
I
Because
mean,
you've
some
been
places
to
got to
every
be the
state
whitest,
in
right?
America.
I'm just saying some places got to be the whitest, but I'm just saying second, third, fourth, fifth, white as fuck.
I've been to.
Oh, yeah.
I've
Like
been to
Arkansas,
every state
right?
in the US.
I mean, Arkansas guys for as black people, but I'm saying like Montana, not so much. But you do get like Native, you get like Mexicans.
Arkansas bothers me.
Every-
Arkansas
every-
bothers me because you have a state called Kansas and then a state called Arkansas, which is essentially Kansas with an assault rifle at the start of the fucking thing, right? You got an AR in front of Kansas, and then all of a sudden the S at the end of it becomes completely fucking silent, and you throw in a W. Why the fuck isn't Kansas, right? But Arkansas is Arkansas. That fucking bothers me, dude.
Well, I think Arkansas is actually like Native American, where I'm not sure that Kansas is.
I actually
But-
looked this up once and it said it was French Native American, which really fucking bothered me as to how you can be fucking French Native American.
Right.
'Cause that's not exactly French.
Right.
So my entire argument, my
so
entire argument is America is so ass backwards, right? This is my
Let's
entire
well, I
argument.
mean, it's not your backyard, right? Like, it is what it is.
Understand how that became where French was involved because that was part of the Louisiana Purchase. That was
Yeah,
part
like we used to be France, but we also used to be Spain. We also used to be Mexico. Like lots of America used to be other countries. We used to be Russia and California. Like this country used to be other countries.
Now, how are you any different to now? Your country is just a bunch of other countries just fucking renting.
Well, that's the other point that we were making. There's a difference between international trade, people living there, residents versus citizens.
Like I know you're American, but where do you descend from specifically, Smoke? Right? Do you descend from Gambia or fucking Zimbabwe or fucking? Are you Jamaican? Are you West Indian?
So, right. No. So the black part of me that that is traceable, right? Is either to both of West Africa, either like the Senegambia region or a little bit further east. The people, like I can tell you the people's names, but it won't matter to you.
Why wouldn't it matter to me? Are you saying that I don't care?
No, I'm just saying like once I say it, it's not like you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I know who that is. Like,
are you saying that I am not like familiar with like my African architectural history?
I'm saying that you are not familiar with the peoples of West Africa. That's really what I'm saying.
You'd be surprised at just how much study.
I mean, I would, but I'd also be like really shocked if I said the name, which is like a really big group of people with a really long history. And you'd be like, oh yeah, they did this, that, and the other thing.
Right. You'd be really, really surprised. Okay.
Okay. The Fula.
What about them?
I'm just saying that's one of the people.
For those of you
and the
who haven't seen,
yeah, exactly, who haven't seen Gilligan's Island, right?
No, it's just that like I do know a little bit of like I know like the language and everything. Sure, like Niger and I think Congo and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure. Which
Listen,
we're going.
you're a very knowledgeable guy. That wasn't really it. I
You
wasn't
are.
saying that you're ignorant. I'm just saying that like there's a lot of different people in West Africa that did a whole bunch of shit, and once you start like really how they organize history is more about like dynasties or regions or maybe countries. They don't get into like the specific people who did a thing, right? Like maybe in your neck of the woods they do like Celtics kind of history kind of thing, but they don't really like usually they just say Scottish and Irish. They don't really say like Celtics. Like this is what the
When
Celts
you
say.
go into different regions, I noticed that, well, at least with American history books, they like to feudalize everything. Everything seems like to be, like a feudal era, like with the Japanese. It's like, and I don't understand why they go that route. And
Yeah,
especially, and I've noticed that mostly in the African countries, when it's American history books, and they use the feudal lingo to describe the ethnic races and the diversities over there. So I didn't understand how they come up with that. And these people are doing these books or writing these books where white had all this shit, and it just bothered me. So never got into it because I don't want to read their interpretation of what actual facts are. So
yeah, like it's really like to get the history of a people from those people is the way to go. But first, you have to find out like the people's names, and they're not really readily available unless those people are in your country. If you had like some sort of interaction with those people, you probably won't know. And especially like the Fulani, like the Fula, like sure. If I said Senegal, you'd be like, yeah, I know some people from Senegal, but they could be Mandinka, they could be a bunch of other things, like.
One of my best friends from Cameroon.
Yeah, like there you go. Like, and you could say in Cameroon they have a bunch of Fulani, they have a bunch of houses, they have a bunch of Mandinka.
Yeah.
I always get offended when I hear like, because Jed mentioned it. I always get pissed off a little bit when people talk about like, or I don't actually know who mentioned it. Who mentioned Ireland and Scotland and then Celtic? Who mentioned that?
I did.
That was you, Smoke.
Yeah.
That always pisses me off because, like, and there'll even be Irish people, a high majority, who refer to themselves as Celtic and shit.
Yeah.
But me personally, I think it's so fucking stupid because that shit only, like, Ireland itself and people from Ireland only started to really be called Celtic during the Anglo-Saxons period. And that was really annoying because there's a high chance, like most of our blood is Scandinavian in Ireland. A lot of it's Scandinavian blood because the Vikings came here way before the Celts ever did. And even then, it was such a low amount of Celts that even came to Ireland. So people's studies, and same with Scotland, by the way. Like Scotland and Ireland, they're not actually Celtic nations as such, even though people think they are.
Well, I mean, I know there's kind of a big push in Scotland. Well, not a big push. There's a significant push in Scotland about it getting independent from the UK, and also there's like some cross-border talk about like a Celtic region and maybe an own Celtic state.
Yeah, the Celtic Isles, calling it the Celtic Isles.
Right.
Or the United Celtic Nations and shit.
Yeah, and it seems like that particular movement is led by a bunch of Scots and Irish.
It is, and they're stupid. And I'll be perfectly honest, there are a lot of people here who actually think we are a Celtic nation. Most people do. But we're not.
I said Mandinka, not Mandingo. But yeah, Mandingo. It's the Mandinka people that got then mispronounced to Mandingo, yeah. And then turned into a pejorative. But the actual people named Mandinka. And it's always get Mandinga, like whatever. And it's dingo anyway, the dingo or the wild dog, not.
Were you there in Lady Chan's room when she had one of Frederick Douglass's I think great grandchildren there?
Great grandchildren. You're gonna have to go a long way. His great grandchildren were around like 100 years ago.
Great grandchild. You know,
No, you got to go through some more greats, like way
yeah,
more greats than
I'm sorry,
that.
right. So we'll put it this.
Somebody who's loosely related to Frederick Douglass.
They're actually part of some sort of Frederick Douglass, the society, and there was a
Okay,
argument.
that's cool. Yeah, okay. What about
Were
him?
you there
No,
for-
I was
were
not
you
there
there
for
for
that.
that?
No.
You weren't there? Oh, no. Okay.
I wish I was there for that. I would have ripped that to shreds.
Hey, man, you know, like part of my like, you know, my real life history is like legalizing cannabis, right, in the United States, and one of the
Speaking of
dispensaries
which,
I worked at, I was like yeah.
Just real quick. Speaking of which, thank you very much.
Oh well, you're welcome. But,
Not about legalizing cannabis, but if you remember a good bit last year, you gave me little tips about legislation and maybe something to do with some stocks and shit. Remember that?
Okay. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Oh, cool. Nice. Part of my organizing was dealing with like, you know, the first dispensaries and the largest ones in the state and all this stuff. So there was, you know, inevitably some guys who wanted to, you know, some black liberation, like nationalist, black separatist kind of thing that had their own deal, and they wanted me to lend my expertise to them. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll, you know, show you how to do this thing. And I helped them build a dispensary. And these dudes, man, they closed down like in the middle, like on opening day, the second day, like not even like opening week, not the very opening day, but like either the second or third day of being open. They wanted to shut the entire fucking thing down to have a talk to Malcolm X's grandkid, right? Like it's shit that didn't have nothing to do with anything. Like Malcolm X's grandkid didn't do shit. Like I think he just got out of jail for like burning up Malcolm X's wife. Like it was just ridiculous. Like I don't know, man. There's a certain point where my point is, what the hell does some past descendant of Frederick Douglass have to do with boxing? Does he fight or something?
Smoke.
Yeah, I guess I'm all. I guess we're all by ourselves. Okay, well, what's
Smoke.
up? Yeah, what's up, Mark?
I'm related to James Brown.
James Brown?
No, James Broughton.
Okay.
Well, you know what? The reason why I brought it up, right?
The man who invented the scratch in boxing.
Scratch.
Okay. I'm related to someone who essentially made the early period of rules for bare knuckle boxing.
So
Okay.
honestly, I don't know the rules to bare knuckle boxing at all. I really don't.
Did you know
Like
that the Queens, the Marquis of Queensberry, he financed the rules to like hide a scandal because Oscar Wilde was fucking his son?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I did actually know that, but I love that you know it. That's just a great fucking historical fact to bring up on people, Smoke. Hey, Smoke, did you know that Emil Griffith allegedly had sex with Dick Tiger?
With Dick Tiger? No, I did not know that.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with complete here, like a horrible rumor. Drag both men's names to the mud.
What's the name? Dick Tiger, you know.
There's a lot
To
of
be
tigers.
fair,
there's a lot of
I don't
tigers.
actually believe it. I don't believe it. I know Emil Griffith was boy. That's no. That's no. He did fornicate with men on occasion. Now, Dick Tiger, on the other hand, I actually heavily disagree with the idea of him ever having sex with Emil Griffith, just because of the stone cold fact. He was like a hardcore Nigerian Christian who was heavily homophobic. I think he believed that the death penalty was warranted for homosexuality. So
Lex Jed was gonna tell us why he brought why it was mattered that some past
Good on him.
descendant.
Oh no! I brought it up because I thought you might have been there because usually that's conversations that you're right in the middle of, and I was just surprised that you weren't. I was there for a while for most of it, and it was like,
Nah, bro. Like Frederick Douglass died in like 1895, bro. Like that's like even if 1995. Like think of how long ago that was.
Right.
Like I don't
I
know
was
what the
two.
hell. Like what
was
is
two.
it? Yeah, like if
Yeah.
Frederick Douglass's kid didn't do anything, or Frederick Douglass' kid's kid didn't do anything, or Frederick Douglass' kids didn't do, like
Oh,
one of his
no.
grandkids was like a famous violinist, and that was like around 1907 or 1908 or something, and that was his grandkid. Like man, like nah, I'm not checking for the bloodline of Frederick Douglass. Sorry. I mean, if he's a boxer, then okay, but like you see what Muhammad Ali's like grandkid looks like.
Yeah. Not too impressive.
Yeah, but to be fair, Muhammad Ali had some Irish in him, and his grandson's last name, Nico Ali Walsh, right? Walsh is an Irish name. Just saying.
Hey, listen, tap dance is a mixture of the Irish traditional dance. We've all seen the river, we've seen the river dancing.
Yeah.
Adapted for our own thing, like whatever. So
I still don't believe
we used to
invented
fight with you guys. We used to fight with you guys before the ruling class figured that they needed split us up, and they created the white race. And ever since then, you've been getting that white privilege you've been fucking bitching about here in America. You really want to go
I
back?
haven't received it yet.
You want to go full circle to this whole thing? Yeah, we used to
Once
march
I
in solidarity.
fucking get it, it doesn't apply to me.
We used to be unified. Like it used to be class unification, but
We're still unified. We have a podcast together. It's up online. We're still unified.
Yeah, we should do it again. I can't wait for the next episode.
Here, I've never received white privilege.
Yeah, we could do that some stage. Do you know what we'll be like? Smoke. We'll do the next episode and we'll be like, hey guys, sorry for the brief interlude.
Yeah. Well, boxing has been on a hiatus. We could we can do a 30-second wrap up.
We can do a 30-second wrap up of the last year, and Smoke could just go, it was shit.
I mean,
what do you think about next week's? What do you think about just keep it in boxing real quick? What do you think about next week's lineup? Friday and Saturday lineup.
I'm not exactly too enamored with next week.
Nah, not really.
What's the main event of the week? Ortiz Mickinson.
No.
I think. Let's see.
Yeah, for Ortiz and yeah.
Yeah, it's Ortiz and Mickinson. Yeah.
What's the main event of the weekend? Come on.
That's a frog on that. I'm so excited.
That one, Edwards Wasim and Zoo and what's his Gausha?
Gachet, Tim Zhu and Terrell Gachet, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's how you pronounce it, right? Smoke Gachet.
I thought it was Gausha. Sorry, man.
Fuck if I know.
I fucking destroy words. Give me a second. Give me a minute.
I'm sorry, Smoke. I did one of those. I did one of those racial stereotyping. That he's black, so I assumed you'd know how to pronounce his name.
Well, I mean, so there's all kinds of black, right? And then, yeah, there's plenty of black dudes. I don't know who the hell they are. Like Makabu, I didn't even know. Like Canelo introduced me to Makabu. He must be blacker than I am.
Fuck's sakes. Oh, I don't know, man. I'll tell you one thing. He's fucking. Did you see his fight with CS Lick Smoke, like in the Congo and shit? That was fucking epic, man. Like they had a preacher in the ring directly after the fight ended, and they had like a spotlight down on Makabu, and they were like doing like these fucking like rituals and shit. It was fucking amazing.
Free freaking referees in the fight too.
Yeah, they have this guy out there he'll sell you like this weird juice that's like made out of gasoline and a whole bunch of shit. And dude, it's so weird. Anyway, I'm not even gonna go into it. Yeah, it's wild. I don't get it. Like you say, like pseudo Christian.
Price of gasoline, I guarantee you that's not cheap.
Well, I mean, who knows what the hell? I mean, listen, he's selling it in like recycled, those like little bottles of water. Like he takes the like label off of them, and it's this huge vat of this gas derivative thing, and it's supposed to be a cure all from everything from like schizophrenia to AIDS.
Speaking of AIDS,
schizophrenia to AIDS.
Great timing. What's up, Jacko?
They actually handed out, just to make sure I heard this shit correctly, they hand out fuel.
Great timing.
yo, man, you've got the
don't hand it out.
YouTube. Hold on, Smoke. Hold on. This fella's got the YouTube playing in the background, so it's gonna keep echoing our voices.
Jacko, you gotta mute the screen.
So I heard that correctly. They handed out fuel.
They're not handing out fuel. They're selling you a supposed potion for health and longevity. And this potion is the main. I think one of the active ingredients is gasoline.
So basically, it's snake oil back in the past.
I mean, I don't think snake oil will make your car run. This stuff may actually get you out of a jam. Like, it may actually make you if your car is stuck somewhere.
Sideways. God damn you people in your boxing. Holy shit. Fucking fuel. What's next? Jet fuel?
I mean, hey, why not, bro? If you've got a plan, it'll get you out of a jam.
Oh shit.
But
yeah,
I'm actually looking to next week's fight because I want the next week's fights. Let me see what the undercards are. Give me a second.
I'll go through the schedule. I'll tell you what I'm interested in.
All right, so on Friday, the 18th, we got Carol and God, I can't even pronounce his name. Gertie Jeljak? Gertie Jeljak? Is that how you spell it?
I'll find it myself, Jed, because
I just butchered that fucking name.
People's names is just not appeasing.
all right. Actually, one of the best fights next weekend is Oshaki Foster versus Yakubov. That's a really good fight. Because that'll create a new contender at lightweight, I believe. It is at lightweight.
Is that on the 18th or on the 19th?
That's on the 18th. That's on the Friday. It's Pro Bellum. Let's see here. Let's see on Saturday. What's going on Saturday? Oh. Let's see. Is there anything cool going on Saturday? Anderson Prestov versus Matteo Signani for the European middleweight title. The winner will probably end up fighting Felix Cash, so it's something to pay attention to. Bas Baru in Germany back in action. Good prospect. Only loss on his record was a robbery loss to Jack Kay, who gave Derevianchenko an extremely hard fight and gave Andrade a good fight back at 154. Let's see, what else have we got? Jose Zepeda is fighting on the weekend as well, out in Mexico against Francisco Javier Perez. That's kind of cool because I like Zepeda. Emmanuel Corte. Let's see, what else have we got? The Russian card sucks, although Artur Akavov is in action. So for the White Pride fans, check it out. What have we got here? World silver medalist Peter McGrail is fighting against Uriel Lopez. Let's see. Sonny Edwards, Muhammad Wasim, flyweight IBF world title fight. TJ Dehaney is in action, Brian, next weekend against Cesar Juarez. So
Okay.
Brian will watch it. Brian will watch that.
Has me curious, but I don't know how. Hold on. I'm looking at that one.
David Avanesyan is fighting Oskari Metz. For anyone who doesn't know who Oskari Metz is, he is a Finnish fighter, and he's not really that good.
Where's this?
It's on Sky.
Here, I've got to pop off for 5 minutes.
David Allen is fighting next weekend on a small hall show.
No, here, I've got to pop off for 5 minutes, okay?
All right,
Yeah.
all right.
All right, peace, guys.
Let's see.
You only said 5 minutes. Why are you saying peace for?
Edgar Berlanga versus Steve Rolls is next weekend.
That's next weekend. I thought it was the following weekend.
No, the 19th, Saturday.
I thought it was. I'm glad you told me now because that's why I don't fucking miss it.
And on the same card, Xander Zayas is on the same card.
Damn, they're more down on boxing than you are, Jed. You need to catch up.
Well, I do. I'm trying to catch up now, but Belanga's the one that
Wait. Why did you sound surprised that I'm more down on boxing than Jed?
Because I don't know everybody here, so I don't know everybody.
Okay, right. Let me introduce myself to you. My name is Mark. I know everything.
No, that's Jed. Jed thinks he knows everything.
No, Jed doesn't think he knows everything, nor does he ever claim he knows everything. So
oh shit.
Only about World of Warcraft, and then yeah, I know everything. But
here's a scary thought. You ready for this one, Jed? I mean, this is kind of off topic for this shit, but in the game DCUO, the DC Comics MMO,
yeah,
I'm playing a tank.
You're playing a tank. What character?
Rage Tank, Red Lantern Corps.
He's in a Red Lantern Corps. You're playing a tank from Red Lantern Corps.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, okay, but let me stay on topic. Berlanga, I've been giving him so much shit because of his last performance, right, Mark? And a lot of people have been telling me unjustifiably so. I shouldn't be so mad at him, and I shouldn't be mad at him because of the robbery that happened, which I thought was a robbery. So I'm watching this fight, and if he doesn't decisively beat Rolls, all right, he needs to decisively beat Rolls. If it's even close, I'm gonna keep calling him a hype job because that's all I think he is. Do you agree?
You're such a hater. You can call him a hype job. It's not about whether I agree with you or not. Like, he probably is a hype job. I think he's a hype job myself. I've been calling him a hype job since I started hyping him before fucking he even got to top rank. Because he was knocking out people in 60 seconds in every one of his fights, mate. This was way back in Puerto Rico days, way before he even touched top rank, before people even seen him on TV. The only way you could catch him was on Periscope with somebody showing the fights on their phone. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I was saying, oh, he's going to be a killer. Then the second he went over to top rank, I literally was like, this dude's a fucking bum. Because it stopped being funny. You know what I mean? And he's okay, by the way. Yeah, he got a robbery or whatever. But, like, the lad can fight. He's not brilliant. Like, you can call him a hype job, Jed, right? But at the same point, you're giving more praise to people who haven't even like you gave more praise to Nikita Ababi than you've given to Berlanga.
I did. Yes.
Right? And I'll be dead honest with you, Berlanga would knock Nikita Ababi the fuck out.
But
he's way above him. He's just not like world level. Right. And he's not going to be.
And I did stop giving Bobby any fucking praise because of the last fight I saw him do, and it was pathetic. And I didn't like it, and I said, "That's it for me. I'm nope, don't want to follow."
But the fight you're calling him a hype job because of the result of the fight with Caceres, right? That's not his fault. The result isn't his fault.
That's what everyone tells me.
But it isn't. It's the judges, right? Should be blaming the judges for that. Now, what I will urge you to do is watch Caceres versus Billy Joe Saunders, right? You know Billy Joe Saunders isn't a hype job, right? World champion and everything like that. Solid two-weight world champion. Caceres was outboxing him as well until he got knocked out. Caceres is a good fucking fighter. He's actually a very good boxer.
What's up, Rob Unreal? How you doing, brother? Rob was one of the two ones. Berlanga will improve. All right, I'm giving him this fight. I just want to see something from him. That, I want to see what the hype is about. He needs to show me something in this fight. And I think Rolls is the perfect opponent to do it because I was looking at Rolls' history, and he doesn't have a bad history. So it's just on par to be able to give Berlanga enough of a fight, but Berlanga needs to be able to show he's that much better.
Who knows? Anything is possible on this side of Kansas. Arkansas. That bothers me. Sorry. But that really bothers me. Arkansas. Kansas. Bothers me.
I never looked at it like that. Until you broke it down and said, man, what he's saying, it kind of makes a little sense, man.
Yeah, you put a fucking assault rifle in front of it, all of a sudden you get all sassy with how you pronounce it. It's gonna be Saul. But yeah, like this is what I'll say. Don't go over inflating or under inflating any prospect on the come up. Just watch and pan out how it goes and see how they do. That's all I'd say, really. I wouldn't be too enamored with the idea of being like, oh, it's just a fucking bum. Like, I do that sometimes, but most of the time I do it, it's just as a joke. The only time I ever say this dude ain't shit is when I can tell he ain't shit. Like, properly can tell he ain't shit. Berlanga, he's all right. He can improve. He has certain things. He needs to work on his feet. He needs to get his jab better, and he needs to learn how to get his head off the fucking line. If he can do those things, he'll be a weapon, because the kid obviously has power, but he needs to stop, like, using that power as his only outlet.
Hold on, let me address LT. Ooh, hold on a second. LT, first of all, no, Mr. Arkansas is not here. Plus, I don't think I'd allow him up on my panel for the simple reason I want somebody with some semblance of fucking intelligence and somebody that has some sort of class to them. You know,
then why do you have me?
That doesn't exactly
Yeah.
drag.
When you have me here.
Hold on. Hold on a second. No, I'm not letting you pass that. Right? You say you want someone with some type of intelligence, some type of class, some type of respect, and yet you're on your own show.
Yes, that's right. That's fucking right.
Oh shit! You have yourself on the show.
But my thing is, Mr. Arkansas wouldn't be up here because he'd have to actually give people a chance to talk and reply, and he can't just make all the nonsense comments that he usually makes up there. So he wouldn't be able to do that here. So yeah, he would never be caught on a channel like this ever. But it's neither here nor there. Plus, he's a piece of shit. I can't stand him. He talks shit about my wife, so he can suck my dick. Fuck him. Thank you.
Yo, LT, you can lick my fucking arsehole. Telling me to go to sleep.
Really feel there, Jay.
Telling me to go to sleep. Fuck off. Oh, by the way, new guy who came onto the panel, my name's Mark. Nice to meet you.
But anyway, guys, we are at the 2 hour and 12-minute mark. I usually don't go more than 2 hours. I want to say thank you to everyone that was on the panel. Mark,
what?
Yeah, I can't sit here for more than 2 hours. My leg starts hurting, and then I'll be in a lot of pain. And pain is not where I want to be in. I don't want to have to take a pain pill because I did a stream.
Until he
That
goes
being
down
said-
and he gets the chocolate to the back of his head.
Yeah, and plus I don't want to catch another chancla. You know, my wife got me yesterday in the back of the head with the slipper. So justify it. Justify. Oh, I can't even speak.
She's not even there though. She left.
Yeah, but she's on the way back. She texted me she's on the way back.
Like he says, and she's on her way back. What? Like there's times when she takes off for days at end.
No, that's never happened. Not unless I sent her to her mom's house. One time I sent her to her mom's house for like a couple months.
That was a
You
good
realize
idea.
You didn't send her. She went and you.
No.
your
I sent
decision.
her.
She
No,
made
I
your
sent her.
call.
I said, you're going home for a couple months because we need a break.
Welcome to the person with the icon that we can't see.
Yeah.
Hi guys.
No.
Hey, Brian.
Absolutely not, Brian. No.
How you doing, guys?
I'm not doing too bad.
Oh God, not you too. Come on, guys.
It is what it
You're really bad at that.
It is what it is, you know.
You don't fuck with the mouse.
Anyway, getting back to what I was saying.
Mr. Hanky, the Christmas booze.
No, sorry, that took a little bit longer than I thought it would. So
It's all right. It's all right.
Was it Kendra Lust or Lisa Ann?
Nader.
Oh shit!
I was reading up on some Celtic history. So
Oh, Romy Rain, gotcha.
no, seriously, I was reading up on some Celtic history.
Why?
Why? It interests me.
Like Celtic Football Club?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Going back to
You guys keep saying football. I gotta remember soccer. Okay, I gotta.
going back to 1889.
I'm
So
looking up history for soccer for back in 1889.
yep.
Reminds me, my buddy calls me up and like telling me like, I can't play football anymore. I sustained an injury. He's like, I'm gonna go play soccer now. What the fuck is wrong with you? like you can't get more injuries in soccer than you do in football?
Oh, you can.
Oh fuck yeah, you can. I mean, the only sport, like I said, the only sport that one day I said it's the most dangerous sport out there is female rugby.
Why female rugby?
Have you seen how women fucking play fucking football without pads? They come out with broken body parts, bleeding to death.
The reason why, Jed, female rugby, and I'm going to just be very brutally honest, is so dangerous, is essentially because their bodies aren't created to really withstand that amount of damage that they're inflicting, and a lot of those bitches are fat as fuck.
Not all of them, but they're definitely fucking.
No, did I say all of them? No, I said a lot of them are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't tell me a lot of them ain't fat, mate. I watch it. I watch a lot of
Yeah.
rugby and female rugby, and a lot of those bitches be fat.
And that's the only way to really watch rugby is female rugby, because male rugby is just kind of like soccer. It's
I
boring.
really disagree with you.
I played rugby. No, it's not.
I'm assuming you're from the United States.
Of course.
Yeah.
I prefer female rugby over male rugby because to me, I
What
know
type of what type of rugby are you watching? Rugby sevens, rugby league, or
UK.
rugby union?
UK.
No, I didn't ask like what country. I'm asking which brand of rugby. I'm asking rugby league, rugby union, or rugby sevens.
I wouldn't know about that one for sure. I just know that the UK rugby is like what I would actually probably watch if anything.
Right.
I don't care what league or team, whatever shit. It's just all those female rugby, the videos that I've watched of all of them. Like,
No, because there are different types of rugby.
yeah, I gather that.
I'm not talking about leagues, right? Rugby league, rugby union, and like rugby sevens are different. Even different amounts of players on the field.
Yeah, the amount and all that shit too.
The most popular form of rugby is rugby union.
Yeah.
And if you think like, that's like close to soccer, that's just nuts.
No, I don't mean like it's not as the men's rugby teams aren't nearly as violent as the female rugby teams. Is what I'm stating. To me, it would
I'll give you an idea. On average in rugby union, there are 7 injuries a game.
Yeah.
7 injuries a game in males. In women's, there's 6 injuries per game. On average, 7 in men, 6 in women.
Per league team or per game?
Per game.
Yeah.
7 injuries at international rugby level. International.
Is that per game?
Yeah,
Per game.
Yeah.
I mean, you would go to those sports versus going to like to football or soccer for that matter. I mean, it's like going to like NASCAR. You go to NASCAR to watch the fucking crashes. You go to rugby because you want to see actual fucking tackles versus all these pissy ass little. Oh, I gotta have fucking pads and shit on to fucking take a goddamn hit because I'm better than other fucking players.
I'm telling you right now.
Don't know shit about sports if they can't go out there and fucking play a goddamn real team of fucking football like rugby.
I would love to see a team of the best NFL players versus rugby players with white pads. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be fun. That would actually be some real fucking football.
But in what sport? They're 2 completely different sports.
Yeah.
Well, I know rugby, right? Do I know American football like that? No. All I know is what I seen on TV and like movies and all that. There, I don't know anything about the sport.
I honestly still don't know why they even call it football.
I've played a bit of both, and they're both very different, even in terms of the toughness. I mean, in terms of American football, it's all like as the games go on, like it's more mental fatigue, but then it becomes more of it's about burst moments, right? Whereas in rugby, it's just consecutive grinding. They're both very fucking brutal sports to play. I've played both. They both fucking suck.
I played rugby.
In terms of playing them, they both suck. Like they're fun, but they suck physically.
I'm gonna tell you this much. Having played in high school back in the 70s and stuff like that. I'll say this: the rules that are in football now, compared to the rules that were in football, professional football back in the 70s, is a completely different game. I'm just gonna say it: it's a pussified game right now compared to what it used to be.
Course.
So many fucking new rules on this, things you can't do. Man, I look forward to clotheslining motherfuckers. Can't do that no more. You can't. No mask grabbing. I can understand the no mask grabbing and stuff like that. But now, God forbid, you even touch the receiver before the ball touches his hands. Now it's a fucking, it's a penalty. Get the fuck out of here,
You're a hater, Jed.
I'm not a hater. I like sports for what they were, not what they are now.
Hey, Jed.
Yes, sir.
American football's always been pussified.
No, I don't think so.
Ever since they started to use helmets and pads, it's been pussified.
Ever since they decided they need to have a bigger fucking paycheck because if they don't fucking play, they don't get paid is what they should be getting.
No,
I'm telling you why it's always been pussified right here. I'm from Ireland. Our national sports, our two national sports, my dude, hurling and GAA football, yeah? Those bastards don't get paid to play. No payment. And if you ever watch hurling, and I don't mean throwing up, you'll understand what a vicious game is. Fastest field sport in the world. You have a slitter, which is like twice as dense as a baseball. You have ash sticks, and you run around beating the shit out of each other for 70 minutes.
Wait, Carl asked a question. Jed, what's John's channel? Which John are you talking about? Because I'll steer you to the right channel. Which John are you talking about? Was he here on the panel today?
If he thinks my name is John.
Yeah, because that's Mark up there. That's not John. Tony Boswell in the house. What's up, brother? How you been?
What's up? I'm Toby. How you doing, man?
Well, it is. I'll tell you though. Mark, okay, he's talking about.
Oh no, let me direct.
Yeah, okay.
Right. The name of my boxing channel is 78 Sports TV. Are you not going to tell him that was a lie, Jed?
I'm waiting for the punchline.
No, that's just the end of it.
Unrivaled Boxing Talk. That's the channel I go to.
I've never been to 78 channel.
Unrivaled Boxing Talk. That's the channel I know.
Yeah, but I'm saying I've never been to 78.
That's a different channel. It's the leader of the LDBC.
I know.
Yeah,
I've never been. I've never been.
I'm such a horrible person.
I've been to France
like
and all
people
that. I've never been to
the champ side and shit. What's wrong with you?
No. Fuck out of here. No, my channel is called Unrivaled Boxing Talk. And I'm a relatively inactive YouTuber.
I'm trying to think of a name for my boxing channel.
You should call it Butterbean Boxing Talk.
Like I haven't heard that one before.
I know you have. That's why it's funny.
Thanks for that. Butterbean, not me.
There you go. I just dropped the link. Oh, he said I just subbed. Well, fuck, it was too late.
Butterbean would not me.
Thank you, Tony. I appreciate you stopping by, bro. I am going to cut this short, though. Katie came back. She's cooking dinner. I'm going to get off of here. Guys, thank you for being up on the panel. To the chat, thank you very much. Much love to the chat. Mark, Brian.
Before you leave,
what?
I need to say something.
Let me acknowledge. Get the smoke in here. Carl came up here. And then, of course, I got to get Jack on some love in here. So what were you going to say, Mark?
Right. I need to say, because Tony Boswell said this, and you should highlight it down the bottom there. You said, Mark has an outstanding boxing channel, knowledgeable and correct most of the time. What do you mean most of the time? If you're talking about predictions, fair enough, right? But if you're talking about factualized information,
Tony, Tony gets much respect. There you go, man. Oh, that was perfect. That was good.
Kokyo.
But I'm out of here, guys. Peace out, everyone. Much love. Thank you for the support.